Ladies, gentlemen, those who go by other titles, welcome to round 5 of the Swiss stages as we continue on in the Legend of Zelda Randomizer Pentaforce Tournament of 2018. We have what should be a very good match as raikourider and Bartman want to show what they can do. I am Wolfman2000, and I am joined by the savior from Subrosia, the hero from Holodrum, the troll from Termina, Alsoa!
Hey, they let me back on the show after I've trolled everyone. Awesome. How you doing, Wolfman?
Oh, I am looking forward to this one. raikourider, very good with the randomizer. Bartman, one of the newer players from what I remember, but has still managed to get an impressive win against Sharky 2107, and we're already taking off.
Well, that was quick. And this is, it's a start screen that's kind of interesting, because it kind of forces you to go one way, but not really.
I think that would depend on how well you can screen wrap. And I am concerned that Bartman may have missed the cue there, but the countdown has officially gone. Hopefully he catches up soon as we see camp number 6.
Well, according to IRC, he has seen the countdown. Could just be a massive amount of Twitch delay, which is not unreasonable. And Camp 6 does not look very friendly.
Oh, yeah, not friendly at all. Level 6.
Go ahead.
Ooh. That looked like a very big, large secret, don't you agree?
Yes, I would be very happy to see that for the runners. It's 118.
And I would also like to see level 2 over here. Alright folks, we are getting our runners resynced right now, so do not worry, raikourider has not frozen on the game over screen.
Where exactly was level 2?
Level 2 it is the potion shop just north of level 3 in the vanilla game.
Got it. We should see where Camp 6 is in a second here, although Raiko's gonna go for a little bit more damage.
Oh, I had also caught 6. That is to east of where level 2 is today.
This is a very good time to find that screen, actually. So the reason that's such a good time to find the screen is you can't go below 3 hearts. So if you have 3 hearts and lose a heart container, you become Zombie Link. So Raiko will die on the next thing that hits him, but he's able to continue on and doesn't actually permanently lose anything for Yao.
Joys of toll rooms that still take away heart containers. And wow, 2 open bombs available in level 2 already. Bartman will certainly be well equipped to handle the overworld. Also, something else you may have noticed, the NPCs are saying the same thing. That is because... Oh
Sight!
My goodness!
And that's why Gurias are terrible.
Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Bartman knows how to get to the Triforce, but just has to avoid being sniped a second time.
I'm not gonna lie, I think he's gonna dig for the item a little bit.
Well, right now, Bartman is on the path to the Triforce, and I think it's Raiko that's exploring a little bit.
Well, it is north of this room to get to the Triforce, so let's see what Raiko does. What is this? We have a Triforce in under 3 minutes. I call shenanigans.
Well, something that may be more shenanigan-y for those that are unfamiliar, this is the Pentaforce tournament for a reason. It is, ooh, nice small secret. It is because we only need 5 pieces of the Triforce of Wisdom in order to get into level 9 and finish this journey.
But that comes at a price. For those of you who are familiar with the gambling math, aka sabermetrics, oftentimes the runners will decide, okay, so I have X amount of items left, and of those 6 items you see at the bottom of the screen, 5 of those normally cannot be in level 9. But we have the flag on that allows those items to go into level 9, which throws all of your math off when you're gambling on items.
And go ahead.
I don't know if I said that the best, but that's how I said it.
It works. To get back to some of what I was going for earlier, all of the NPCs are saying the same message because, for some reason, we cannot understand them. Ooh, nice meat shop find. So we actually have to find the book in order to do that. Ooh, we also find level 8 just south of the Lost Woods, and we already have a potential item. Could be a staircase, but it could be an item.
And folks, something to keep in mind is you will be seeing the vanilla dungeon shapes. Even though the players are starting in this case, the very tippy top of 8, you will be seeing the vanilla dungeon shapes. That is vanilla first quest dungeon shapes, not vanilla second quest or mixed or shapes.
That is an excellent point.
It means they know where the rooms are. Speaking of knowing where the rooms are, that's the best staircase I've ever seen in my life.
I couldn't tell if that was sarcasm or not there.
You gotta remember, I'm the guy that likes everything trolly, so I want to see an all 6 items required seed right now, especially because it's the final round of Swiss.
So you're one of those that wants this to go 3.5 hours.
As much as that would make me hate work tomorrow, yes.
And as Bartman finds door repair, Raiko is heading to the grave.
So, here's a fun little fact. The only way to ever get a guinea out of the grave is to spawn at the grave spot, because whatever enemies are normally on the screen that you spawn at go to the start screen.
That is 2 big secrets found quickly. We haven't seen a blue ring shop yet, but that may come in handy.
Nor have we seen a bomb upgrade shop. Well, bomb upgrade room. Although technically it is a shop, I guess.
Ooh, and Bartman, once again shows why manhandlers are evil.
I mean, they're not called manhandlers for nothing. And the money of this.
No. Okay, LOZ Cards fan would approve of this one.
In 1940-118, these runners are not going to be short on money at any point. Ever.
Alright, we know that Armo screen has some money along with this freebie cave, but we just don't know how much it's going to be because Raiko is being smart. All of our runners have a max wallet capacity of 255 rupees, so it is ill-advised to pick up another rupee batch right now.
So, what is it? Kill 30 Skulltulas and you get the Giant's Wallet that upgrades it to 500? Oh wait, that's that other game. Never mind. That screen is terrible.
Especially if enemies spawn on it. And it is very likely that they will.
Yes. Looks like Bartman is trying to force some bombs here. Ish.
Well, all we have to do is find a good enemy and hope that Bartman has kept their count up.
Oh, looks like based on his dodging, he's definitely trying to keep his count up. Oh, hi, wood sword.
Desert Shop has the wooden sword. Trails in chat is asking about the current standings. I can actually tell you. Both of our runners are 1 and 3. 1 win, 3 losses. Bartman had a win against Sharky 2107. Raikourider had a win against Liquid Husband. So technically, this race is more for pride than anything. There's the blue ring, and oh my gosh, that's an expensive bomb purchase.
Yeah, but if you factor in how much money there is in this seed, it's really not that bad.
It's still ugly. 28 rupees for 4 bombs? No thank you. Also, Raiko's immediately chosen to purchase some meat.
I like this. I like this a lot. Anytime you purchase those items that usually aren't required, it means they're going to be. Or you wasted money. But in either case, it's a good purchase.
And fortunately, Raiko should be heading close to where that sword is. Ooh, there's where the candle and arrows are.
Given we have not seen a bonus cave yet, I completely agree with the candle pickup. Looks like he's going to pick up arrows, too.
As the money, why not? So now, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to start thinking, go ahead.
Well, there's another sword, but that's one we're not likely going to see any runner pick up unless we get a lot of hearts very quickly.
What, man? You gotta believe for the 16 heart run.
No one's gonna pick up that magical sword unless... Ooh! Level 9 in Casino Corner. Specifically where the letter was.
That letter got a massive upgrade. Let's just talk about it that way. A little unfortunate for Raiko that he doesn't have the candle coming through here. He's gonna have to double back.
And there's the third one.
Let's see what we've got on the coast. It is...
The book!
I don't know what to make of that.
Also... You are stunned speechless, I know.
I am stunned speechless, actually.
So, you may have noticed that Bartman had entered the top right room, saw the same hint, well, the same, untranslated hint, I should say, but no money was taken away. That is where one of the 2 freebie hints are located.
So, if you're one of the runners, and you get a ladder, ever, do you just immediately go pick the book up?
I would. Oh, Armos item with the normal boomerang. And Bartman chose to pick it up.
Well, Bartman's run is now TGE approved.
I did not get to see if Raiko had picked it up, or even touched that Armos screen.
He may come back for it after checking Vanilla too, which really isn't a bad idea. Hey, there's a piece of paper.
Now we can actually purchase potions from the potion shops.
Yeah, but why would you want to do that? Oh wait, you have tons of money, that's why.
And according to Trails, Raiko has already picked up the magical boomerang, or the normal boomerang, excuse me. It's the one that most people feel is magical, but you get the idea.
This seed is now fully TGE approved.
Raiko sees the bomb prices and swallows the purchase.
What I find interesting is neither of them has gone back to level 2 to look for that item yet.
I am not surprised right now, partially because our runners are already out here. They may as well cover as much of the overworld as they can.
It's reasonable, but at the same token, you know that there's a free item awaiting you in level 2, and getting back here isn't the most painful thing in the world?
We don't necessarily know if the free item in level 2 is necessarily free. It could very well be ladder blocked.
Well, we do know it's not witch blocked, so there is at least that.
Joys of the consistent enemy sets.
Yes, you'll find that there are no overworld enemies in the underworld and vice versa this time around. Oh, taking a death.
Checking the replay. Ooh, Tech-Tykes again.
They're pretty good about that.
Ooh, Bartman just missed out on a fairy opportunity, but I don't think they're gonna mind that much.
So here's the real question we need to ask right now. Where are the hearts?
I did see one freestanding heart in level 2. I don't know if that's the actual item.
Well, we may find out in a second here. Raiko has gone back with that death.
And
Bartman does have the candle. I saw him, I believe he purchased that and the arrows at the same time, so I'm not sure why he didn't burn the spots there.
but yeah, with that sword, able to actually defeat the enemies within this camp.
They look to be a little bit beefy.
Little hard for me to tell right now.
There's a candle shop.
That's the second of either 3 or 4 by my count. White sword in level 2. Nice.
Quick, go back and take the wood candle out of the sword cave. Wait, what's a wood candle?
Also, potions are expensive on this seed, as Raiko picks up the Triforce piece of wisdom at a level 2. 49 and 87. Ouch.
Buyer beware, take it out of a free cave.
Another door repair. I always forget how many door repairs there are.
There are 9 in first quest, 10 in second quest.
Raiko?
I don't know why I know that, I just do.
Shows how much we've played the first quest and its variations. Also, back into level 6, and there's another expensive potion shop.
We're hearing from chat that the door repair is 23 rupees this time around. There's 4.
And starting at the top of the snake or the dragon? I always forget the names.
Snake. The level 6 is the dragon.
I thought level 5 was the dragon. What's level 5 then?
The lizard.
Lizard, thank you.
There is a difference.
There is also a Goma blocking door right there.
Ooh, that means we could be bow blocked out of level 4, which means I'm hoping it has a required item.
We are... Well, maybe not. Let's double check the room.
Nope, he can't get through.
And... Oh... Oh, wait!
Oh!
Was that a bubble? Y-force?
Probably. It looks like he was wanting to go the other way, and the bubble said, no, you take your triangle.
Well, at least Raiko is now up 2-1.
Yeah, but he might have actually lost a little bit of time on that, because now he's got to walk all the way back. Oh, hi, Blue Land Mollas. You're not what we wanted to see here. Although they're staying in front of this door for once.
Bartman can only just stare. Oh wait, that's the near perfect position. I do not think the land mollas can hurt him, as Raiko finds some stairs and it's a passageway.
The land mollas cannot hurt him at that position. If there was turret statues in the room, they could, but because there's no turret statues in the room, he's guaranteed to be safe. He just needs the land mollas to cooperate somewhat.
And that's enough cooperation necessary. Land mollas spawn in pairs. Once you take out one, the other goes away. You have to leave the room first for it, though.
Yes. So here's an interesting little, problem both runners are gonna have. Look at their key counts.
I see. Ooh, that's ugly.
Especially given it's completely reasonable that the runners will skip the magical key. I'm not sure why he bombed that wall.
May have misread the map slightly. Ooh, Darknut's sandwich. Definitely not my favorite. Also,
Imagine that doesn't... Go ahead.
That wall cannot be bombed, and Raiko wants to check it out.
I can't say I blame him. You know, I wonder what a Darknut sandwich tastes like. Oh, hello.
Oh, I think we have the item room.
Well, I don't know if we saw the other end of the stair.
I thought we did, actually.
If he did,
However,
I might have missed it.
And a block clip with the bait leads to the red candle.
Ooh, and we have another item almost immediately, which, real quick, I think Raiko picking up the red candle is actually a good play here, as it gives him a secondary weapon.
But picking up the bow is even better.
Alright, now we can go kill some Gomas and get the Triforce out of level 4, right?
What do you know? The bow is actually in a level where you have to defeat a Goma.
Well, you might not have to kill it, but you certainly want to kill it over 6 blue Darknuts.
Fair point.
Alright.
And Raiko actually purchased wooden arrows just a moment ago. Don't know if you had seen that.
I did. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I like this choice from Bartman to leave level 4 right now.
I'm not sure I follow your logic on that. Why do you say that?
Well, there's only... Well, if you think about it, level 4 can only have a drop from an enemy in 2 rooms. Unless the randomized dungeon rooms changes that. For as far as he's concerned, if this room does not have a drop, he is key blocked out of level 4. Although he's going back in now, so that's interesting. Never mind.
And now Raiko is entering, so he may very well find that bow soon. At least as long as we find enough keys along the way.
Oh, this is a room. This could be a... Nope, no Triforce. Just some bombs.
But does the Goma...
Yes.
Does the Goma have it?
Unless the randomized dungeon rooms changes what rooms can be dropped in level 4, it will not.
I don't remember that part of the logic. Just has to make sure not to touch the blue Goma, otherwise that's it. dodge
Or take a fireball to the face.
Yeah.
For those of you who wanted to see The Legend of Zelda Bullet Hell Edition, please tune in now.
I did not realize Hyrule has been swallowed up into Gensokyo.
Raiko's leaving level 4.
But finds the warps, both of them do. Second warp east of the Lost Hills, third one left of Spectacle Rock. Where's the fourth? Southwest of that, and the first take any, just north of the Lost Woods.
I'm gonna give those warps a C.
Yeah, I'm forced to agree. You do gain Death Mountain access, which is automatically a bonus letter grade, but they're kinda close, not very well spread. It's C+ at best.
The main problem for me is you have no access to the east.
Bartman is back in level 2, hoping to find what we know is the White Sword.
I would say, at the current moment, even though Raiko has a lead on Triforces, Bartman is ahead through bow.
I mean, I kinda have to agree. Oh, hold on! Raiko has found level 1. This may be a short level, but we should find 2 items relatively quickly.
Assuming it's not completely key blocked. Hi!
Hi, Blue Wizrobes, and hi, technically, a Monty situation, but Raiko is just blazing on forward into the main part of level 1, the Eagle.
That is the correct decision if you're faced with that Monty, by the way. Wherever there's more rooms, you go towards that.
And what makes this Monty, oh gosh, the info guy blocks the way north that way. There's a key door here, so we have to take this long way around and hope for the best. Also, Beefy Stalfos.
Seems quite a few enemies in this seat are beefy. Oh, hi, Triforce.
I would take. I would have taken it just as well. Down to half a heart, may as well refill. You know that there are Wizrobes in this dungeon.
So that blue wizard room is a drop room. Who wants to guess what's gonna be in there?
Silver arrows.
Ladder.
I don't know which is worse.
Both. Wait, no, that doesn't work.
You were supposed to say yes.
We're seeing a wand in chat.
Timex may have been guessing wand, but in the meantime, Bartman has found level 3 east of Spectacle Rock.
Did you catch where level 1 is?
That's... Yes, level 1 is located in the southeast corner of the Southeast Lake. Power Bracelet in level 1!
Okay, we're getting closer to that 6-item required seed. Well, actually, we have enough dungeons as of right now that we don't need all 6 items.
Oh, hold on, level 3's item, the Recorder!
Okay.
We're just finding everything quickly here.
So let's see, we need a power bracelet spot to be holding a dungeon that contains the raft, and then we need the raft to be required to get to the last dungeon, which will have a dig dugger block silver arrows. Oh, and there's a ladder block thrown in there for good measure too. With a ladder at 8. With that room in 1.
You seriously want things to be very tricky for our runners today.
Yes.
Ooh,
That's how I
compass
roll.
find, right, Raiko already has it, so it's pointless.
No, it's totally useful. You pick up the compass to tell you where the Triforce was.
And, oh shoot. Bartman for the literal shoot, and Raiko for the enemy shoot.
Well, it is Ganon's room. You would expect it to be difficult. They're doing a very good job taking out the witch robes and avoiding the bubble.
Empty room, this could happen. Oh, gets hit by a red Wizrobe beam. That's 4 hearts without any protection.
Yeah, that's a bit painful. Would not recommend doing that on a regular basis.
But gets a fairy. Nice. And uh-oh, Bartman may be ladder blocked. Oh, any key! There goes that key concern.
Yeah, we still have the possibility for silvers in a really truly spot, so I'm okay with this. And you know, let's just add on, for good measure, one of those two, left or ladder, is in 9.
You really want to give our runners the runaround.
Yes, I do. If you've seen me before, you know this is my thing. If you haven't seen before, well, that's why they don't let me on the show sometimes. No, I'm kidding.
Well, speaking of show, we have to make sure that our runners receive all the follows and stuff because they are the ones putting on a good show. Along with my commentary partner in crime, along with tracker responsibilities, also in 999, and our restreamer, MathGirl718. Please give them all a follow.
Now look, you can only give me a follow if you give my commentary partner, Wolfman2000, a follow, because, yeah, just do it. Trust me, it's good.
Alright, fortunately, the vanilla level 8 candle spot did not have anything of value. And neither does the one to north of that.
I'm okay with this. Sort of. I never like to see the magic.
That blue boomerang is the magical boomerang. Most runners don't like it because you throw it farther, but it takes longer to rapid fire. And okay, we're not ladder blocked out of level 3, so there you go.
Okay, is that actually magical at that point?
I'm trying to go by official names, but technically if I was going by official names, I would have said the Almighty Key, or the Magical Key.
I've never seen that key officially be called the Almighty Key. I've only seen Magic Key or the Any Key.
Japanese version.
Oh, well, that's what I get for not reading Japanese.
And it looks like Trails has adopted to your ways here also, wanting a similar ladder troll.
We need more of them! Oh, hi, level 5. Well, that doesn't make me happy. Actually, it kind of does, but not really.
Level 5 at the bottom of the waterfall.
It makes me happy for the runners. It does not make me happy for my trollness.
And, oh! Was that a lever that got Raiko at the end?
That may have been. I was watching Bartman as he finds the early staircase in level 5. The general rule on level 5, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna find the transport staircase early. The 1 time out of 10, you do find the item staircase early. It's a crap item, and there's like a, I don't know, 0.07% chance, it seems, that an early item in 5 is useful. Total confirmation bias there. Don't actually take that as statistical fact.
I will keep that in mind.
Well, that's an easy key. Walk in, get it, and then leave.
Well, definitely leave unless you know how to do a ladder clip, which, wait, you need the ladder for, never mind.
Just do a ladderless ladder clip. Just, Oh, wait, no, that works if you have... Wait, no, it works the other way. And... Bartman using the Hyrulean healthcare system.
And dodging dodging the Lionels that want him to pay.
Well, look, Hyrule's the only country that has a healthcare system where walking into a dungeon is how you get healed.
I don't know if I would prefer that to what we have right now. There's level 7, Lost Hills.
You know, I don't think we're gonna get an all 6 items required seed today.
I do not believe so. Just to confirm, level 1 is either on the southeast of the lake or one screen to the right. Level 2 is the potion shop north of level 3 in the vanilla game. Level 3 is east of Spectacle Rock. Level 4 is southeast of vanilla level 1. Level 5, bottom of the waterfall. Level 6, to east of where level 2 is currently. Level 7, Lost Hills. Level 8, south of the Lost Woods. And level 9, the Letter Spot. We have found all of our dungeons, which means unless the raft is guarding a Take Any cave, it is completely pointless.
You know, this is the meanest 7 intro I've ever seen. Go left, here's 2 blue land mullahs, good luck. I don't expect either runner to spend significant amounts of time in here.
Which means the silver arrows are going to be in here.
Well, yes. Clearly. No, the ladder's gonna be in here. And the silvers are gonna be at that blue wizard room, and the red ring's gonna be at 9.
Which blue wizard room?
The one in level 1.
Impossible. We already found the power bracelet and magic key.
You know, it would help if I remembered where the magic key was.
Well, this is a good time to go through the item rundown then. Level 1 has the power bracelet and magic key. Level 2, the white sword. Level 3, the recorder. Level 4, the bow. Level 5 is unknown. Level 6, the red candle. Level 7, we don't know yet. Levels 8 and 9, we don't know yet. The Armos item is the normal boomerang. The ladder item is the book, and the white sword item is the magical boomerang.
Well, not an item in 7, but a lot of gomas. Now... Oh, hi, ladder blotter container.
Oh, and the Lionels have prevented Raiko from entering level 5.
But he did buy the blue ring.
So that will at least help defensive-wise. Also, that staircase did not transfer Bartman very far, which means if we want that item out of 7, we have to dig deep.
Or it could be one room over.
Did I just hear you try to be nice about the 33 rooms of Incarnate?
Yeah, but, you know, it's gonna be something useless like, I don't know... Wait, what would actually be useless for the runners at this point? Well, would you look at that? It's one room over.
And it's the step ladder!
Oh, that's right. It could have been the raft.
But it wasn't.
Hey, I feel justified because that level 7 intro was terrible, and it was in fact the ladder. Which is great. Now, if I'm Bartman, I think I'd want to leave this place. I don't think the Strife... To me, the Strife Force wouldn't be worth it with how large this dungeon is left.
Trying to take out the manhandler, though, but nope. Got manhandled instead.
You know, I think as of right now, the Triforce count almost is irrelevant. I say almost is irrelevant because, yes, Raikou has the lead on Triforces, but Bartman has the bow, he has the ladder, he can get the book so he can get knowledge on where other items are. And with only one Triforce deficit, he's got a lot of things going his way.
I am inclined to agree, Alsoa. Which means, unless the silvers are in 8, which is where Raikou is, then I do not know what... I do not see a way for Raikou to catch up here.
Well, there's a couple ways. As Trails was pointing out in chat, Raikou does have the any key, so he won't ever have to worry about his key count. That will allow him more options in 9. Furthermore, he does have a blue ring, so he can be a little bit more aggressive in combat. Vice Bartman, who has to be a little more careful. There's also the factor that once Raikou realizes he needs to go back into other dungeons, he's likely to go back to 4 first to check for that bow, and we don't even know if the ladder's required. So there's definitely ways for Raikou to pick this back up, even if silvers aren't an 8. But silvers in 8 would definitely help him significantly.
So let's at least talk about where the silvers could be. Based off of the current knowledge, there is a 40% chance that they're in 8, 40% chance in 9, 20% chance of 5, and a 100% chance of Raikou having to re-dive 8.
I'm going with 5. I'm surprised Bartman's spending as long as he is in 7.
Probably wants the Triforce.
I get that, but he knows where level 5 is, and he still needs the item out of that. He knows where 6 is, and he knows where 4 is, which he may be able to access 4 now that he has more keys.
Not only more keys, but the ladder.
I feel like this is... I don't think this play is wrong, in that he will still be able to come out of this with a Triforce if he's able to find it. But I don't think this is the optimal play, especially with no bombs. But it's easy for us to say that, because we're not actually running the dang thing.
But I think Bartman is definitely trying to find that Triforce piece.
He has not been this way yet. And he does get a heart container for his troubles, so that will help him out significantly.
Oh, staircase for Raikou. Magic wand.
He will pick it up. This might dissuade him from picking up the book, but he will be able to do the wand sword glitch on most enemies, allowing him to do a little bit extra damage.
So regarding what is left here, we only have 4 items left. The raft, the red ring, the silver arrows, and... Spare heart container, right.
Yep. That one's always the trickiest one to remember because you never think about it.
And we may have a second item right here.
We do.
We do.
Okay, moment of truth for Raikou.
Silvers! And for those in chat that were hoping for vanilla items, not this time.
You know, I totally forgot we had a wooden arrows tracker. Now, that is very significant for Raikou, because now he has the one item advantage on Bartman, and Bartman may not be super willing to check 8 after how much time he spent in 7. On the other hand, this is going to push Raikou away from going back to 4 unless he wants the Triforce out of it, And if he finds level 3, he's probably just going to take the Triforce from there and go to 9. And he will look for the bow at 9.
Bartman is heading back into 5 now.
I like this play.
As do I.
So knowing that the silvers will not be in here, the best case scenario for him is going to be the red ring.
And Raiko temporarily... Oh, no, none of those walls are bombable.
He could be Goma blocked in some way, shape, or form. And if he is in fact Goma blocked from the Triforce, that may push him to 4, which would get him his bow. But on the other hand, if he's able to get the Triforce here... Oh, hi, bait block.
It's completely useless. It's on the top row.
Yeah, that's not really a block. That's more of just, hey, here's a hangry dude.
There's the compass for level 8, and it's on the path.
The real question, is it Goma blocked, or can he pick it up? Bartman picks up another heart.
It's
He can
Gleeok
pick it up.
blocked. Yep. Just using
That's
the white...
actually... Go ahead.
Just using the white sword instead of the sword wand combo, but I think I know where you're going with it. Take it away.
Raiko now has 4 Triforces. He's 1 away from entering level 9. More importantly, that Triforce being blocked by Gleeok is actually good for Bartman. Not just in terms of it's a Gleeok, but that may keep Raiko out of level 4 unless he's thinking that's the dungeon he knows he can get the Triforce out of there real quick.
I think he's heading there right now. He bypassed the warp and 4 is the next closest place.
Let's see where he goes with it. It does look like he's heading to 4, which is absolutely bad news for Bartman.
Oh yeah, Raiko is definitely heading to 4 right now.
Bartman needs an early Triforce in 4, such that Raiko doesn't pick up the item. That's what Bartman really needs. Elsewise, it will be how well can Bartman handle 9 versus Raiko. Which, again, 9 could very well just say, no, both of you get out of here. I don't want to deal with you. Run in circles for 10 days.
Keep in mind, Bartman still has one major advantage over raikourider, and that is the stepladder, or the ladder, depending on your side of the Ace Attorney fandom. I think we have our item.
I would hope so. It is deep enough in the dungeon that it's certainly a contender.
Item Raft.
So that confirms we're going to have Red Ring and the Spare Heart at 9.
So yeah, we have a seed where we know where everything is. Don't know if that happens too often in this Pentaforce tournament. Also, oh nice, red Dark Nuts are squishy today.
We always like that. Now here's the real question. And Algernon pointed out in chat that Raiko may not go for 5 with... No, or 5. For 9 with 5 hearts and no ladder. However, on the other hand, there... As far as Raiko's concerned, there is the chance that ladder is at 9. I think he's gonna go to 9. He might go to 5 first. He very well might go to 5 first. Because he does know where... I think he knows where 5 is.
I thought he died on that screen.
He might have before he went in. The main thing is, if he's gonna have to choose between 7 and 9, I think he will choose 9 just so that not only does he get the 2 potential items. Oh! That's big.
That may be bad, though. Does Raiko re-enter level 4?
Or does he go straight to 9?
He's entering 4 again.
Okay. That is good news for him. He did not take the Triforce bait. And this is absolutely the right decision pretty much in any situation, because you already know 4's here, it's a relatively small dungeon. You know the item's pretty much going to be on whatever path you take. You might as well get it. And, oh, that's a problem for Bartman. He's out of bombs, and he needs a bomb to get to the Triforce room.
Oh, he just spent the bomb on the wrong wall!
Well, there are bomb droppers in this dungeon, so he should be able to get some off of them. And as we've seen, the red Dark Nuts are nice and squishy, so he'll be able to get some there.
Raiko has the bow. So now, with Raiko having all 5 pieces of the Triforce of Wisdom necessary, I think he's going straight to 9.
I think he is too. And this is where it's really gonna get finicky. At the moment, Raiko could relatively assume he's in go mode. But there is a very good chance that the only path to Ganon is ladder blocked. Or not a very good chance, but a reasonable chance the only path to Ganon's ladder blocked. A reasonable chance the only path to Zelda's ladder blocked. And a reasonable chance that Zelda's in a Chevy or an island room. Or Ganon could be in one of those rooms too. In which case, killing Ganon without the ladder in one of those rooms, it's doable. And picking up the Triforce is doable, but it's very finicky.
Alright. We are in level 9. Hopefully we can get some audio for you so that we can better explain how this level works. Level 9 has lots of Patras, but the more important thing, we are looking for 2 things. Where's the beast, and where's the kidnapped? Kidnapped's right there!
Well, that was quick. So here's the question. What?
The reason we know the kidnapped is there is because the shutter door did not open, and there's the heart container already.
So here's the big question. If you're Raiko, are you going to look for that second item in hopes that it's the ladder? Or are you just gonna look for Ganon? Wait, is Ganon right here?
Nope, no. That's a shoot room.
Well, it's a good thing he's not there. That would be very difficult to deal with.
So, Raiko is going to be able to hear... Oh, well, there's a somewhat useless compass now.
Yeah, thanks, game. We needed that.
So, Raiko is able to hear whenever he is 1 room away from the beast. So, we're gonna have to just rely on old map senses and tracking senses here to do this. Fortunately, I came prepared and I have Z Helper to help with this.
Shoobity boop boop. The best way you can tell if a runner is close to if a runner hears Ganon and they don't have their audio on, is if they go in and out of rooms constantly in all directions, which it looks like Raiko's doing now, or trying to do now. So he may hear Ganon here. He may also just not want to deal with the Patra. That's very reasonable, not wanting to deal with the Patra.
Well, I think he has to deal with the Patra.
Yeah, well, no, he might be able to go left in this room south of the shoot room.
Right, where the compass was.
Yep. And I think that... And that looks to be more what he was doing, is avoiding the Patra.
You cannot avoid the Patra here.
Bartman's just spending time up on Death Mountain. This is interesting. Bartman may want to go get that book right now, come back here, and buy those hints. That might give him a hint for the silvers, which would be fantastic.
I agree. Alright, we have stairs. Passageway, I expected that. There are 6 passageways in Ganon's level. As we now end up... Ooh, that is pretty far north.
It's good from a coverage standpoint. The other thing that will be interesting to see is where the hitmen are, because Raikou will not be able to pick up the book yet. Whereas Bartman can go pick up the book, and he might actually be heading there thinking he can buy those hints, which he definitely can. He's got the money for it. I like this play from Bartman. If he gets the hint about Silver's Ornate, he's gonna go straight to 8. If he knows where it is. I don't know if he's been to that south corner.
Can't bomb left in this maze room. Did not try bombing right from what I can tell. So,
Good
Raikou... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, good stun on the Archarch from Bartman to be able to secure himself that fairy.
And Raikou is hoping we have a bomb way. Nice.
There's an old man.
We may not be able to understand the hint because lack of book, but
Well,
this at least gives us some idea.
And for all we know, and it looks like Bartman is heading to go pick that book up, so if he runs across that old man, he will be able to say hello. What are you telling me?
Oh, beautiful bomb drop find for Raikou. That was just what he needed. Unfortunately, that was a dead-end room.
And your reward is nothing! Why? Oh. Well, I mean... I'm slightly confused by Bartman's choice to go the long way, but on the other hand, if it's a really bad screen to get to the coast, then I can understand it. So maybe that's the case.
Hasn't found level 1 yet.
Well, he just found it now. And this is really good for him. This will be a quick Triforce. He can get his any key in here if he looks a little bit. This may be the dungeon that Bartman needs. It'll help him out because it'll get him a quick Triforce. And Raikou's leaving 9 to buy bombs.
But that's not where it is. Closest bomb shop is one west of that. There we go. Fortunately, it has been exposed.
And him buying the blue ring might be biting him a little bit if he can't get the bomb drops. Because he doesn't have money for bombs. Considering
I saw Wizrobes in level 9, I still say the blue ring purchase is worth it.
Well, I guess it comes down to the question of, do you value being able to survive hits so you can explore, or do you value being able to get a ton of bombs so you can explore? It's exploration either way. It's just which form of it. In any case, he's back at 9.
Cannot bomb that way. Either has to take this stairway or has to fight the other... Actually, may have already fought that other Patras, so...
We'll see when we look at his map. Oh, finds a bomb hole. Oh!
And a Chevy room.
That could be huge.
Remember, Raikou does not have the book, so is unable to tell via hint whether, which quadrant the beast is in. Fortunately, we can get around the Chevy room on the southern end.
For now, if that room to the right of the Chevy room is Ganon and there's no other way to get to him, that's hugely bad news for Raikou. Bartman picking up the power bracelet. I don't know if he's seen all the levels, so I don't blame him on that. Raikou's leaving to get more bombs.
But can he? Only 9 rupees. Needs 19 more.
He's got to get them off of enemies, I think.
Either that or gamble or go to one of those other secret caves that he left open earlier.
Well, we know there's two.
And according to Algernon, Raiko may have heard Ganon. But no, heading back in. Or
Nope, he's screen wrapping. He's going to 7, I think.
he hasn't found this one yet. Or no, he did find it but never explored it. Oh my goodness, and this happens to be the right location for him to go.
And he has all the tools necessary to get to the ladder. He must have heard Ganon then if he immediately left to go find the ladder. This is not looking good for Bartman at all at this point.
Has Bartman... Have you seen Bartman pick up any other Triforce pieces other than 2 and 3?
I have not. He spent a lot of time looking for it in 7. He spent a lot of time looking for it in 5. And really, I think that's what's hurting him more than anything else, is just how much time he spent looking for the Triforce pieces in those dungeons.
Oh, and now gets Red Wizrobe sniped by the magic. And Raiko is extremely close to that bow. Or to that ladder, excuse me.
He's going to take out these Pole's voice. And he will have his ladder. He'll go back to 9. He has no reason to dig anywhere else right now.
There we go. Step ladder acquired.
Of course, he has to go the long way to get back to 9, because Lost Hills is a thing.
I never understood that design choice by the original game.
See, in the case of the Lost Woods, it kind of makes sense, because you can access it from all sides anyway. The Lost Hills just... no. I don't see why that should be a one-way door.
Alright. Algernon in chat wants to state with relatively high confidence that Ganon was by the Chevy room.
And I believe the Chevy room had all 4 doors accessible, so Raiko should be able to get to Ganon no matter what.
And if that's the case, then this is an extremely short level 9.
Because that's the thing. Level 9 has one of 2 options. It's either really short or it's 35 minutes. There is no middle ground. Bartman is in level 1 trying to get to the second item, hoping it's the silvers. And he may not be disappointed with the magical key, but he probably won't be the happiest either with it.
I think he's abandoned that right now, just going for the Triforce, maybe to heal up.
That could be. Coming in with full health against Wizrobes is not a bad idea. Oh, interesting. He's fighting the Patra now. I think that patch room was ladder blocked. He might not have heard Ganon. He might have realized he had to get the ladder. Because if he heard Ganon in the Chevy room, he would have gone straight back there.
I agree. So instead, there were 2 ladder blocks, actually. As we now...
end up over there.
That's literally 1 room above where he entered.
Well, that's a good sign. Although this does reopen the door for Bartman.
Maybe.
It would still be tough, but the door technically has not closed. Bartman challenging the Great Wizard Room again. I like what he's doing. I like what Bartman is doing. Look at that. No wizards to fight.
Alright, we now have audio on Raiko's side. Wish to once again give special shoutouts to MathGirl718 for restreaming and bringing this here, and I think we just heard a roar right on time!
We did? Now the door's... well... the door has potentially closed. It could still very well be a magic staircase to get to Ganon. There's always that chance in 9.
We know where Ganon is located.
Yep.
And we can just bomb right in.
And he's in the desert swamp room thing. I don't know what to call this room.
It's the sand room. But it's also the room of pain!
Yeah, that... those Hyrule drivers are gonna do 2 hearts of damage each to raikourider.
I didn't catch it on time on the replay, but it may have just been a fireball. He
Very
was
possible.
on flashing health.
Yes. There we go, chat's got the right answer. It's the Dead Link room. Like using the boomerang to pick up the items?
Ah, okay, that Patra room did have... It was a horizontal mode room, that's why.
That explains quite a bit.
Or, technically vertical, but you get the point.
You can't go horizontally.
Oh,
That's
and there was another Chevy room, I think.
Yeah. That had to have been a Chevy room. You know, in case you weren't ladder blocked enough. Although now he's got full health, so this should be a good fight for Raiko.
We will see. As long as Raiko gets a good stun lock, then we may have this, as Bartman, I believe, just picked up the book.
He did. I've marked his raft.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8! Beautiful finish!
And Raiko knows all he has to do is just up an A, and he's right back in Zelda's room, doing the same thing that I would do, waiting until the flashing stops to make sure you don't soft lock it, because that has happened in the past to runners, even though that was taken out.
Best to play it safe. And speaking of safe, the kidnapped is about to be rescued. So everyone get your GGs in chat, for raikourider has finished in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 6 minutes, 31 seconds.
You know, not a bad time for this seed, given he had to leave 9 and go dig 7 for a ladder.
Fortunately, it looks like Bartman is still going to finish this off, or at the very least, get the hints. 57, raft not required.
Yeah. Did he get the Gleeok return to the Silver Arrow hint?
No, that was the wand hint.
Oh, jeez.
One more.
No feat of strength.
Bartman has the hints, as we are about to welcome in raikourider. Raikourider, GG.
Where were all the heart containers in the seed? Were they in Spirit Temple or something?
They were over in Zelda 2 on the Desert Tile.
Someplace not in the seed.
No, they were imaginary. They were in Koholint Island.
I like it. You had to get the flippers to get to them, but there's no flippers. So, how about level 7? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that one first.
The reason why I made the play on 7 is because I felt that if the ladder was in 3 or 5, then Bart would be done by now.
That was probably what would have happened normally, but for some reason Bartman had spent a long time in 7 and 5, but could not get the Triforce pieces out of them.
The reason why I was so worried is because I bombed everywhere in 9 looking for a way around ladder, but it was hard ladder blocked.
That it was, but you were able to recover. And Bartman did have the bow earlier than you, did have the ladder earlier than you, but your routing and combat came through here.
There is no shame whatsoever in that blue ring purchase I made. I knew since I wasn't finding health, I needed to buy a blue ring.
And just an FYI, red ring was the other item in 9.
Of course.
For like, at least for me, the first time I've been commentating these, we actually know where all the items in the seed are.
It's just, once you got around the ladder block, Zelda was not hard, or Ganon was not hard to find, and Zelda was free. The other reason why I went to 7 first is because it was the only other dungeon I knew where it was. So even though 7 was big, I wanted to search a known quantity first before I went looking for other dungeons that for all I knew could be raft blocked or something.
Then the ironic thing is, your death at the bottom of the waterfall benefited you. That's where level 5 was.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
And the raft was there.
Oh my, yeah, that would have been really bad. Because if I had found 5, then at that point I probably wanted to do everything I could to avoid 7. But because 7 was the only level I knew where it was, I was like, oh, ladder, I feel a lot better about this now.
I forget, did you find 3?
Never found 3. Where was it?
East of Spectacle Rock, Recorder.
Huh, I was thinking about checking those 2 bomb spots when I found the Any Roads and just decided not to. Oh, sick bomb upgrade.
Yeah, that is fantastic to see. Fortunate that it was deep in level 8 and it's found at this point, but still very helpful.
Yeah, it was a sick bomb upgrade. That sure would have been nice when I was trying to dig out level 9, because I went out a couple times for bombs. Bombs were not cheap either. And just what made this so difficult was the lack of caves, and also that red candle in 6 was a godsend. I don't know what I would have done if I didn't find that. Like, that red candle in 6 was an insane amount of value.
And just an FYI, wait, where was I going with this? Darn it, I forgot! Oh, the thing that really also boosted you in the seed was you found the silvers before Bartman did. I believe he's just now exploring it for the first time.
Oh goodness. I can see because I went into I can see how you would find 8 late, because you would either find it early because going into 2 and getting bombs really helped. I was kind of hoping for like a white sword, and it wound up being in there. You just had to kill enemies to get to it, but I went in there looking for bombs, keys. That any key in 1 helped out so much, and it was not easy to get either.
any dungeon where you have to go through whiz robes is not friendly, and both of you were surprisingly bopped by a couple of the red beams for a bit.
Oh yeah, it just Uncle Wizzy's funhouse is just never fun, despite what Skybill says about it.
So, when you first, well, not when you first left 9, but when you left 9 to go get the ladder, there was a thought in chat and amongst us that because we didn't have your audio at the time, we thought you would have heard Ganon in the Chevy room, and that's why you were going to get the ladder.
No, I was just looking for, I found the Chevy and I didn't have ladder, so I just marked that on my map, because I track 9 on paper, so you can't really see it. It's just because the tracker that I use is just what I'm used to, and it's kind of outdated. But I was mostly just trying to find a way around those river rooms, and there wasn't one, so I just figured, you know what? It's not worth trying to farm all these bombs. I'm just gonna go get 1 pack of bombs and then go to 7, see if I can get lucky. And I figured, as I said, based on the amount of time it was taking Bart to finish, I didn't think the ladder was easy to find.
And yet, all you had to do was go through a Landmola room, go up and around, make a left, and you were practically there.
Well, going through a Landmola room under these conditions is not exactly easy.
Yeah, that was a bit of a mean start to 7. Here's a bomb wall, so you can't do door strats, and here's 2 blue Landmolas and 4 turrets.
And speaking of Landmolas, here they are guarding what I believe is the wand, but nope. Guards are doing their duty.
They are paid well. They get 2 rations of food today.
So the good news, Raiko, is this does give you a second win. The bad news is, according to my understanding of the rules, you do not get to move on into the bracket stages.
I'm actually okay with that.
I believe you also made it to the bracket rounds last time.
This is actually I believe the first time I've missed bracket in any of these tournaments, but I am okay with this because I think I've said this in almost every post-race interview, but I don't really care for the flag set in this tournament.
Well, that answered the question I was going to ask, is what's your thoughts on the flag set?
I think there's a little too much luck. It has a lot to do with... It actually has a lot to do with the situation that came up in today's race, and this has come up in several races. Because your basic strategy in this flag set is to, as long as the dungeons aren't too big, be thorough with items while you're grabbing Excuse me. You want to be thorough with items while you're grabbing Triforces, as long as it doesn't take you... as long as there's not too much of a sunk cost to find the item. And then once you have 5 Triforces, go into 9, unless you're missing both bow and silvers.
Which would explain sorry to cut you off. That partially explains why you went to 4 before going to 9, or went back and forth looking for the item.
The reason why is because there wasn't very much of a sunk cost to search for, and if I found something besides the bow in 4, I was gonna just go into 9 and just get as much information as I could. Of course, the seed wouldn't allow you to do that because you can get very far with ladder in 9. But it comes down to a situation where you're missing one of the items you need it to beat the game, whether it's bow, silvers, or ladder, because you're pretty likely to actually not have ladder going into 9 in this flag set. And then it's just, oh, which dungeon do I pick? Do I get lucky? I guess I win.
Gonna cut in real quick. Bartman has picked up his silver arrows. He just needs to get Triforce pieces in a bad way.
Ooh, yeah, I actually have the restream up. He doesn't have that many Tringles. Not quite sure why.
It was him. He spent a lot of time in 7 and 5 trying to dig the Tringles out of there, and just couldn't get them.
Yeah, I have no clue where they are because I just was in 5 and 7. I imagine the Triforce in 7 has to be pretty deep,
It's
and that's not an easy dungeon either.
No, and it's definitely in the south portion because Bartman never got it, and he's leaving 8 without... He's probably going to go get a heal and come back to 8, actually. Although I did forget that he got the Triforce in 1. I swear I'm not asleep, guys. I'm just mostly asleep.
This seed has required us to keep up with a lot of things quickly, so it's... Plus, you're performing 2 jobs at once here.
Minor detail.
Hey, speaking of someone who's done all 3, you are doing a commendable job.
Oh, also, just big shout-outs to the crew in general for getting a restream cobbled together for this, because, from my understanding, especially shout-outs to Math in the background for putting this together, because this got, I want to say, a last-minute restream. Thanks so much.
Not a problem.
You're welcome, sir.
But that's just my thoughts. Is like the idea of the flag set was definitely worth trying. Just it has a little too much variance for my taste. I'm definitely looking forward to the next 8 Triforce tournament.
I do not know when that will be, but...
I'm guessing it will probably be spring of next year. That's my guess. But I'm actually kind of glad to be out of tournament mode, because this was the last main event tournament that I was involved in, and I can actually go back to focusing on regular speed games instead of randomizers. But there is one more randomizer focus that I do have for now, and Alsoa, I'm sure you know what that is.
Yes, it's... So, folks, on top of this main tournament, we also have Battle Royale tournaments going on, which are little mini tournaments that can involve up to 10 people, and every week the person that's in last place is eliminated. Myself and Raiko are in one called Lionel's Quest for the Holy Grail, which are Holy Grail ran seeds, which means you need just one item to get it denied. You may or may not gain it, and if you want to talk about variance, that has variance.
I know, I'm actually very surprised I'm still in that tournament, because I didn't really care for the flag set for that tournament either, but I needed points bad.
See, I'm in it just because it was a good time slot. That's the only reason, pretty much. I mean, that's... For me, a flag set almost doesn't matter unless it's one-hit KO, in which case, no.
Oh, you mean like the other one? You mean like the other one I'm running?
Or like the one that has 50-50 KOs that I'm running?
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that
Tournament Herbigergen.
Yeah. Please join that. It's the best named tournament ever. I'm calling that right now. I don't care what anyone says. It's the best named tournament ever.
And the flag set's just fun to say.
And it almost works in the randomizer, except for the 50-50 print quest info. It does break it. But we had Bartman in 6.
I honestly had fun with the helping out in the background for the prior Monty Python-based one. I probably broke OPT Lawyer a little bit much on that one.
Oh, was that the 2-hour seed?
No, it was the other Holy Grail one.
Oh.
You know, this Lionel's Quest for the Holy Grail is the sequel.
Right.
But either way, that, you know, Raiko, at least you get to have fun with flags that you would prefer without having to worry about plus or minus 4 HP, enemy, boss, 8 variants, second quest overworld, second quest monsters, or eventually the Pentaforce of Pentaforce Tournament will become a Random Force.
Random Force, believe it or not, actually has a little bit less variance than Pentaforce, because since you generally need to have fewer Triforces to be able to get into level 9, it actually emphasizes low percent combat more. 5 is just that sweet spot between the deductive skills for an 8 Triforce and being usually pretty well equipped for level 9, and the tendencies of low percent level 9s, where you might see some really strong players go into level 9 under like just straight low percent conditions.
Well, speaking of entering level 9, Bartman now has all 5 pieces of the Triforce, but why is he heading back into level 6?
Red ring.
Doesn't it?
I think he's looking for the red ring for 9.
That wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me. I'm actually... Is he still on green?
Yes.
Yes.
I am really surprised with the money the way it was in the seed that Bart never bought a blue ring. Because the money was nice in this seed. It wasn't,
yes, it was.
It wasn't quite Law's card stand approved, but the money was really nice in the seed. So I think in this kind of seed, especially with heart containers being somewhere on planet Zebes, that there was no reason not to buy a blue ring in the seed.
This is not the Zelda 1 Metroid randomizer here.
I mean, that's gotta be where they were, because I never found them.
The take any's were pretty hidden, and honestly, I was only able to track one of them. One was north of the Lost Woods.
Oh, right. I never checked that, because by the time I came back there, I think I already had plenty of known dungeons where Triforces were, and I'd found level 9. Plus, I had found the white sword item, which was trash.
Yes.
Scrap metal!
The scrappiest of metal. The one thing that Bartman has is the book, so we can actually see what the old men are saying, which is kind of nice.
Oh yeah, the old man hidden text was great.
You're welcome.
Oh, that one was yours?
Shameless plug, yes, that was me.
Sweet, that one was pretty good.
Bartman's near the red candle. And he's up to 10 hearts, so that's a good sign.
I can't stress enough how valuable that... Oh, the compass, that was on the other side of the key door. I can't stress enough how important that red candle was. Because I did not find a shop that sold a red candle that wasn't under a burn bush, and I don't actually think I found a single, I did not find a single, any bonus caves. I did not find... There were 4 of them out there, and I did not find a single one.
Which probably means north of Lost Woods, 2 on Death Mountain, and 1 in Recorder Lake.
I think there was a candle shop right next to level 7, between level 7 and the magical sword. Because Bartman did buy a candle at one point. But I can't confirm that because I don't remember exactly where it was.
You are correct in that location, actually. And speaking of candles, Bartman did pick up the red candle, and at this point, it may end up going to level 9 as is.
I would say the best bet at this point is probably just to grab a potion up. Or he has Recorder, right?
Yes.
Oh wait, there's no. That's so terrible. Level 9 is so far out of the way. There's no dungeon that's even close to where level 9 is, and there's no any road that's even close to where level 9 is. So you can't. So if you want to do up A save strats, your best, I think the closest dungeon there actually is to 9 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 versus 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, your best bet if you want to grab a potion and do an up A save is to whistle to 1 and walk 9 screens to level 9. That's so terrible.
We did talk about that a little bit in the booth here, is that when we saw the warps, we're like, we gotta give him a C because there's no access to the east.
And this part right here with the lack of good potion shops, that's just proving it.
Oh, another thing that's silly is there's not even a potion shop close to 9. The closest potion shop to 9 is 1 screen south of the Forest Armos.
That's what I have on my map.
This is silly.
Well,
Oh, I think I know what Bart's doing. I think he's gathering up secrets to get blue ring money.
That could very well be, which... If he knows Red Ring is a 9, I don't see a reason for him not to do that.
Nope, going straight to the potion shop. Look at the price of those potions, $49.87.
You? Yeah, this is a potion play. I would do an up A save here, as painful as it is to walk all the way back to level 9 or whistle to 1. He's not going to be pretty happy when he finds out the combat's so difficult. But I guess I could see just going up to 9 as well, because if you have to, you can buy another potion.
Wait a minute. Oh, he's taking this power bracelet spot for a candle shop. Where's he going now? You know what it is?
Magical sword.
You know what it is? That candle shop that's underneath the power bracelet. I think that's your intended free candle.
It can't be, because level 1's under a burn spot.
Oh, is level 1 under a burn spot? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that can't be. Where the heck is this? Where the heck are you supposed to get a blue candle then?
It's the screen that
That
Bart
screen
lands on
right
now.
there.
That's the candle shop.
And this is the magical sword spot. Nope, 10 hearts not enough. We need between 11 and 14. Bartman is not going for it.
I mean, the hearts don't exist in the seed, so you can't.
No, because you know how many I had when I went into 9?
7.
6.
You had 6? I thought you had 7.
I
He
found
got
the 7.
7.
The heart container was the second item, or was the first item in level 9.
Yes.
And I took that because I knew I was going to need health. Oh yeah, speaking of health, shoutouts to TGE for Lord Banana being super useful in this level 9.
Yes. I might have said when it was picked up, but when both of you guys picked it up, I said this run is TGE approved.
Well, not just that, but I actually used the boomerang to pick up a couple hearts in the final run of level 9 before I got to Ganon, and it wound up saving my butt.
And this is why you pick up the boomerang, folks. Yes, it's a little more inconvenient sometimes for scrolling, but when scenes like this, it's really helpful.
And Bart... Okay, Bartman is at least going to... I don't... Raiko, perhaps you can explain this. How do you decide which way you go through level 9?
I actually, when I'm searching level 9, whether it is in shapes or in with vanilla dungeons, the way I like to search 9 is I like to go up. Usually column 7, and then across row 2, and then down column 2. That, as far as I can tell, in the vacuum is the most efficient way to search 9. Because the reason why I like to search 9 that way is because it minimizes horizontal screen transitions, and it gets you the most coverage possible for Ganon. If there is a valuable item still out there, or I'm still searching... I mean, if you're searching for silvers, then you obviously take every staircase you see. But if you're searching for if there's something valuable that could potentially be here, like, say, a red ring or an any key, or even something like a white sword, I will typically I'll poke my head in every staircase, but I won't go through staircases or transport staircases unless I'm running low on options. Like, Bard is about to find out that he's going to need to start taking staircases, or he's going to need to go the one way that takes you to Ganon or Zelda. As it turns out, in this level 9, to get to Ganon and Zelda, you didn't need to take a single staircase. You just had to have the ladder.
Which is extremely rare, might I add.
Absolutely. So this was kind of a weird 9, because I was bombing... You might have noticed I took that first staircase that was blocked by that Patra, and I just bombed everywhere, desperately trying to find a way around needing ladder, but there was no path that you could get to in this level 9 that you could have possibly taken. Ganon was just straight ladder blocked, which is pretty unusual to happen in level 9 that early, because typically you have a lot of movement options just due to the size of level 9.
See, at least I was expecting and kind of hoping for, because I'm evil sometimes when it comes to that it was going to be no ladder blocks until Zelda's in a Chevy room.
I've seen that before. That's pretty terrible.
I've been on the receiving end of it.
Oh, and Wand. Wand was super valuable in this level 9, not just in dealing with the Patras, but that rope shooting gallery. That was really, really valuable for dealing with that.
You know, it's interesting that this is a seed where the sub-weapon, where really all of the sub-weapons had a high amount of value to them.
Oh, absolutely. The boomerang to pick up drops. The red candle, because it was my first candle. It feels so good to be able to pick up the... It feels so good to be able to pick up the red candle and have it as your first candle. If I wouldn't have lost too much progress when I found that white sword, because I found Woody and then immediately found the white sword after that. If I wasn't gonna lose so much time from other stuff like picking up rupee secrets, I was actually considering retrying and getting the white sword out of level 2, and then taking the blue candle from the wood sword cave.
That's definitely not an unreasonable thing to do. It just looked like in your case it was, what, maybe 20-ish minutes in when you saw that?
Yeah, if I had found level 2 sooner, I absolutely would have done it.
But red candle happened to be in 6, so that made it a little bit of a moot point in this case.
In that case, yes. But that's something that you have to actually consider is if you're having trouble finding a candle and you find an early white sword, it may actually be worth doing a retry provided that you can get to the white sword using just bombs, or because most likely the weapon you would have at that point, if you could clear the room with the white sword in it with just bombs, then that's absolutely something to consider. And there were plenty of bombs in that level 2.
And this is a warning, because I've experienced this personally. Don't be fooled if you see a white sword on the coast to think it's completely safe to pick up a candle out of the wood sword cave. It is very possible that you need that wood sword to get to the ladder.
The white sword on the coast is just something you take a note of. But every single item that I had to work to dig out was worth it. Because that any key in 1 was tough to get to. The wand in 8 was not the easiest thing to get to. You had to do a lot of Gliok combat in that 8, I believe. So it might not have been 8, but it was one of the dungeons. It was one of the dungeons. I think I had to kill something like 3 4-headed Gleoks.
That may have been 8. Where was I going with that? It's interesting that because the randomizer is sometimes known for not rewarding heavy digs, it's interesting to see a seed where every single time that a dig was long and hard, it was rewarded.
That is strange, because typically when you're playing any randomizer, not just this one, it's all about carving out the path of least resistance.
I think you can apply that. Oh, go ahead.
Apply that to what?
Apply that to life in general.
Well, of course, but especially in any sort of game with this level of information gathering is integral to performance, where information gathering is integral to performance.
Absolutely. So, Bartman is still looking for the way to Ganon. He has heard Ganon, he just has not found the path there yet.
And that path to Ganon was kind of trolly, because the two obvious ways, because you took that staircase, and then it deposited you one room north of the staircase, and you found Ganon. You couldn't bomb there. You couldn't bomb left in the room south of that. I think you had to go all the way down as far as you could, bomb left, and then you couldn't even bomb straight up from there. You actually had to bomb left, up, and around to be able to get to him. And I was actually starting to get really scared that that wall wasn't going to open, and we would be in some kind of magic staircase situation. And that's one of the reasons why level 9 is often the great equalizer, is because you can get into a situation where both players have an advantage. Where both players are in level 9 searching for Ganon or searching for Zelda that's behind a staircase, and it can come down to just who checks the correct arbitrary staircase. It's very exciting as a viewer, but it can be very frustrating as a player.
And probably nerve-wracking, I imagine.
Oh, no kidding. I've played in every single one of the main Zelda randomizer tournaments, so I would know. And I know you've played in a lot of them, I know.
I've commentated a number of them, but I haven't played a lot of them.
You should join us.
As much as I would love to, keep in mind, a lot of you guys are late-night players. And honestly, the only way that I could probably join you is if I were to move to your time zone.
Well, Wolfman, bear in mind that, for one, there are a bunch of us that are East Coasters that are night owls, and then there's folks like me that aren't night owls and also on East Coast and would love and Ray said this before, like, I don't know, 10. But there is a group of us that it may not be as large, but there is definitely a group of people that would be okay with racing earlier.
I would kind of need that because I work at 7 a.m. at my time zone.
Hey, I'm the same way. I gotta be up at 7:30. I do 7:30 to 4. Just most of the people that play Zelda 1, like you said, are night owls, so it can be tough to schedule. Although that's going to be the case with any tournament, especially when you also have international players.
The woes of what's it called? Timing.
That's one way of putting it. Alright,
us non-night owls should unite!
Bartman able to take out that Patra at least, so and continue.
Looks like he's pretty close to figuring it out. He's in the right area. If he keeps heading north, he's gonna find Ganon, and then it shouldn't be too bad from here. I think once he finds Ganon, he might consider getting a potion. If he dies to Ganon here, he might consider doing an up A. He might consider leaving 9 to get a potion and then do an up A save. Oh, he's going through the staircase. No. Well, whether he goes,
yes.
If he goes through the staircase, then he'll find Ganon, and then it's just a matter of time. Once you heard him, he was not hard to find.
Yeah. And what's the words I'm looking for? Oh, these are the words I'm looking for. He's already got a potion.
He should be okay.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely not bad at combat. I mean, wizards are going to give everybody trouble. There's situations that are just difficult in general, and the seed had a lot of those. But his combat definitely... But his... Where was the bomb wall anyway? Was it here? Oh.
One south and one west of that. Now,
Yeah,
the tricky part is, will Bartman fall for this staircase right here? You never went in this one, Raiko.
I never went in that staircase because I knew the general position of Ganon, and I didn't want to have a staircase that sent me to Nairu knows where.
Well, unfortunately, Bartman has to make their way back because of the red Wizrobe beam snipe.
And again, with all the deaths in level 9 here, I can't stress enough. Blue Ring was probably the best decision I made the entire seed.
I was questioning it for a little bit, just because I find that 9 times out of 10 I have more bomb issues than I do combat issues. But looking at the seed as a whole, it definitely would help Bartman more than the extra couple of bombs would at this point.
Oh, and also that you might have noticed that I actually purchased a key really, really early. That was actually integral to me obtaining the Annie key.
Yeah, because we were talking about both of you guys were down to 1 or 0 keys right about the time you found the Annie key. So we were thinking, are there going to be key problems in this seed? Is it going to be one of those? But no, the Annie key was right there.
Yeah, I was really, really scared of key problems in the seed because it's like those are the kinds of seeds. Oh yeah, guys, if you want to know why I'm not allowed to deal seeds, one of two things happens. Either money is terrible, or if money is good, run for the hills, because something else is going to be just god-awful.
Oh no, Bartman bombed the north wall, found it didn't work, but never checked the west wall. That may not have been enough because you needed 2 bombs to get in.
You did, yes.
Stairway.
But remember, there was a second way to get in from the north, so he may find that.
Alright, I still have my map up. He is in the northwest, and this may be a trap room.
Well, if he can actually make some progress in here, this might be good for him, because I never made it to this corner. So if he pokes around here enough, he might find the red ring, which would be really good for him.
Not this time. Death to Wizrobe.
Somehow that's not surprising. He's leaving probably to get a heal.
Probably to get bombs.
Bombs too, probably. This level 9 in general sucked.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Magical sword possibility.
I mean, it's right here. You might as well. But he doesn't lift enough.
12 to 14, and I don't think Bartman is going for it again. Oh, well, there's your bombs.
Those are the drops he was looking for, and he got a couple hearts out of the deal, too.
Of course, by leaving level 9, all of those rooms that had enemies gone, they respawn in full, I believe.
Yes.
Not the bosses, I don't believe, but the regular enemies do.
Yeah, if the Patras were to have respawned, even I would have complained a bit.
Although the land molas are kind of weird, they are boss enemies that aren't treated as bosses in terms of the respawns.
I want to say Dodongos are like that too.
If it's the 3 Dodongo rooms, the single Dodongo behaves like a normal boss, the 3 Dodongo behaves like a normal enemy. It's really weird. And inconsistent.
Alright, Bartman, hopefully we'll head back to that correct path. We may be running short on time here, though. Coming up in about 10 minutes is a Battle Royale well, actually, not a finale, but a quarterfinal. Adaginos, Random Effect, JSR, and Chess Jerk will be going at it. I don't remember the specific rule set.
I believe it's the Secret to Everybody flag set, which has flags. I don't know what they are offhand, but it does have flags.
I can check.
Also, just a real quick go back to the banned from dealing seeds. You'll find that there are a couple people in the community that are banned from dealing seeds for various reasons. I'm one of those people because I break the randomizer when I deal.
For the record, depending on some people, it's not an actual ban, more of a soft ban, though. Some take it more seriously than others. Goodness knows, in the Dragon Warrior randomizer community, most of us just poke fun at it. Never have me roll Dragon Warrior randomizer seeds if you know what's good for me.
I found the flags for Secret to Everybody. They're really crazy, actually. The big ones are it's First Quest Overworld with Shapes, Full Start Shuffle, Random Triforces for 9, and enemies can drop important items, and Sprite Shuffle is on.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be nuts.
That may be nuts, but look at Bartman going against Ganon with green tunic. Has the potion on hand immediately. Better use it! No! Gets Hyrule Drivered!
Round 1 to Ganon.
This is one of the reasons why I bought a blue ring, is because having a blue ring gives you a lot more leniency in being able to use your potion. Whereas I don't know if you remember, but I think one of my races, I think it might have been, I can't remember which one it was. It was either one of the Battle Royales or it was in this tournament, where I fought Ganon with green and 8. That's never fun.
Well, at that point, you might as well just let him know percent. Also, asking me to remember is a bad idea because I've been gone for 2 weeks. Let's hope Bartman remembers the past again, though he should. Ooh, that's not a bop he wanted to take.
Well, it's getting somewhat late, and I have a long day ahead of me tomorrow, so I think I'm actually going to drop out. Thanks for having me around for so long, guys, and Alsoa, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, what time is that, 10?
That is at 10 o'clock. It's the Lionel's Quest for the Holy Grail quarterfinal.
Yes.
Looking forward to it.
So are we going to have to repeat the last time where I finish in 30 minutes and you finish in an hour 30?
Hopefully not. Hopefully I can actually be on the correct side of variance this time.
So the 2-hour side, okay.
But, again, thanks for having me. Night, guys.
You have a good night.
Alright, we are short on time, so this may be the last attempt that we can at least showcase Bartman against Ganon. Immediately using the potion before holding up the 5/8 of the Triforce of Wisdom. So far has a stun lock. Lozo used the potion again a little too soon. He could have taken another hit. Six. Out of alignment.
Come on, he just needs 2 more.
7.
7. There it is!
8. Get the silver arrows. then get to Zelda, and we can call it. Come on, there we go. Made sure everything was good.
He should be done in about, I don't know, 30-ish seconds? Maybe a minute?
Try less.
Less?
It's already reset.
Oh, man.
And Wizrobe's still trying to cause problems, but not enough this time. Bartman is bombing the princess in total frustration, but that is it. Bartman has finished 1 and 4 with an official SRL time of 1 hour 53 minutes 6 seconds. Get your GGs out in chat. Now, unfortunately, we do not have time for an interview, because we have to get going, or hold on, I am being told otherwise, hold on. Okay, I know what's going on now. Yeah, we do not have time for the interview, so stick around, folks. In about 5 to 10 minutes, we will have the Battle Royale race, so stick around. I want to make sure that raikourider and Bartman get their follows, along with my commentary and tracking partner, Alsoa, our restreamer, MathGirl718. Anything else we need to cover?
Yeah, we need to go ahead and follow that Wolfman 2000 guy, too. He done a great job on the commentary tonight.
All right, we are going to get set up for the Battle Royale now with new staff. But until then, and for everyone else here, this is Wolfman 2000 saying, until then, watch out for Wizrobes. Good night, everyone.